Hey there, it's me, and it's day 19th day of going to work. I have been working probably for about I'm gonna say 15 years. I've been working since I got out of high school. It's been about 15 years since I got out of high school. And I'm talking like working like even though in the beginning they weren't always full-time jobs, I've always worked more than one job or been involved in more than one work project, right? So, as I am sitting in the car this morning on my way to my very fortunate job and workspace, very fortunate to have the opportunity to work in the capacity that I do work, I am also reaching this level of exhaustion in unimaginable ways to explain, where I am just tired of the cycle of like early rising and evenings and kind of crashing out to go to bed and waking up and doing it all over again. I feel that I am reaching this point in my life where my life is so much more than that, and that I deserve so much more than that, and that my ancestors who had not had the opportunity to live outside of this 9 to 5 rat race, labor intensive type life, on account of them, we deserve more. So as I sit here waiting for the car to warm up, which isn't warming up like I thought it would be, I am thinking about how I feel right now. And it's a very real feeling. For context, and I'll get into it deeper a little bit later, but for context, I um, have navigated every level of higher education. I am 2 years postdoctorate with a PhD. I work a job that is in alignment of what my career has been thus far. The work environment is pretty cool, but I am a leader in my work environment, and with leadership comes different levels of responsibilities that often are not held to the same degree if you're not a leader in your organization. So there's that. And all of that is great, right? I have no complaints truly about it, besides the fact that like this culmination of all things that add up to right now have me like really, really in this place of reflection. Outside of my traditional job or career and workspace, I also am operating, maintaining, and managing a business, a social enterprise business that I have so many visions and dreams for. And through that business, through both the business and the job, the career, I just got off of a 21-day travel spree. So there's that too, right? Like I might just be coming down off of this 21-day traveling situation. Out of 21 days, there were 4 trips. One to the northern part of the state, which was about a 4-hour drive. And then several days later, I hopped on a plane to go to a conference in New Orleans. And then I came back on a Wednesday, and on a Thursday, I drove to the next state over, which is Chicago. And then I came back from that on Saturday, and then literally that following Sunday, jumped back on the road to do a cross-state tour. So I haven't had a chance to just I'm also about officially 3 months into my new role at my traditional job and workspace. So there's that. And when I came in, there was, of course, as always, as all my jobs have been, there was no space to just kind of settle in. It was jump right in and get to the work. So now I'm trying to backpedal and find a space to just settle in. But I just hired the fourth member of our team, and now there's this obligation which I hold myself accountable and true to because I understand the importance of this. There's this obligation to make sure that that person is onboarded correctly so that they have the best experience and that they're equipped to do their job to, one, the expectations, but also to their liking, right? And oftentimes when we're not onboarded in the most proper ways as possible, then we miss that opportunity, or it takes us a while to get to that opportunity of comfort to be able to do the job to your liking and also meet the expectations. On top of all of that, I am seeking this space of solitude and silence. I am becoming highly sensitive to things that feel negative or not serving me in the capacities that I feel like I need to be served right now. So in my personal life, I am not married. I don't have any kids. So there's this thing of like dating or, meeting people and things of that nature. And I am just overly exhausted of folks who feel like relationships are one-sided, who feel like you are a part of the relationship to 200% serve them and they have no obligation or accountability to match that. I'm even more tired of the inability for folks to hear that that is the truth that exists within a situation. They want to hear the things that are about them, or they want to speak about the things that are about them. They do not want to hear or to have conversation about things that are outside of them. So my tolerance level for situations as such are like here. As I mentioned before, 33 years old. I have played all of the games. I have dated across the board. I have had my heart broken. I have probably broken someone's heart before. I have experienced relationships where communication did not exist. I have experienced mass assumptions. I have experienced lack of accountability on both ends. I have grown and matured, and I have experienced quite a deal. I don't have time. I repeat, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time for it. So that leaves me in this space to just be like, you're giving me those red flags, and I'm okay. I'm old enough to know that, like, that's not needed over here, right? I'm old enough to know that fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, then I gotta reevaluate some things. We not even getting to fool me 3 times, right? Because I just don't have the time. And while I desire to be in a very compatible partnership, I'll wait. I will very much so wait. So that alone leads me back into this space of like, focus on what you can focus on, right? And focus on what brings you the level of comfort, which is work. But I'm tired of working. So now I have this resistance to like you all right, but like you're not really serving me how you used to serve me before work. So then I'm seeking this go within yourself. But I'd be so tired that like figuring that part out is where I need to lean into heavily. What I know for sure is that I will not, although I have a very blessed life, I have a very, very, very blessed life. And I am so thankful for the life that I have been able to afford. I'm so thankful for all of the things that I have experienced, because they have made me truly who I am. So I do not want my speaking or my communicating to come off as though I am not at all grateful, because I am very much so grateful. Very much so grateful. But, and it's not a but. Let me not say I'm grateful, but I am grateful. Period. I am now in a place in my life where it is absolutely necessary that things change. I feel that I have reached a glass ceiling. I have checked everything off of these boxes. I have done everything that I have set out to do in my young adult years. I have made everyone proud, including myself. And now I'm at this space in my life where I am seeking creativity, solitude, and peace. And ultimately, creativity, solitude, and peace leads to what I believe is part of my liberation and freedom. And that's where I am. So thank you for allowing me to spend about 12 minutes blabbing. I hope that this makes sense. If you are a person on the same journey, I tell you, like I tell myself every day, to keep hearing yourself and to keep following in the path that yourself is telling you to lean into. It will not be easy. And you will feel conflicted sometimes, because essentially what is happening is this idea of teeter-totting in and out of a traditional system and your system. And those systems often do not align. So I tell you to trust yourself. I'm talking to me, but I'm talking to y'all. Trust yourself. Lean into the path that yourself is telling you to lean into, and make sure that you pay attention to all of the things that you need to pay attention to. You fill in the blanks there. That's all I got for you. See you in a bit.